Welcome to WTDC-25, the World Telecommunication Development Conference. We're here in the ITU studio, and we are joined today by Fahmi Fadzil, who is the Minister of Communications of Malaysia. Minister, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to start off by talking about the WTDC-25 theme. This year, it's universal, meaningful and affordable connectivity for an inclusive and sustainable digital future. What does that mean for Malaysia?
First and foremost, thanks for having me. For Malaysia, one of the initiatives that we've been running over the last few years has been a national fiberization plan. This is what we call Jendela. We have received some accolade, some prizes from WSIS before this on the Jendela program. It has helped to, one, connect many unconnected communities, and at the same time inadvertently help to reduce the cost of access to the internet for many communities. And that has been how we have interpreted the theme. On top of that, we've also rolled out about nearly 1,100 what we call National Information Dissemination Centers, or NADI. They're like cyber cafes, but with a lot more activity programs that is very meaningful. Entrepreneurship, e-learning, kids in very rural, some hyper-remote areas learn about programming and learn about AI without having to come to Kuala Lumpur or a big city. So this is how we have interpreted that theme in Malaysia.
Excellent, because I was going to ask you, how is Malaysia addressing affordability and accessibility challenges?
Oh, by the stroke of a pen. No, just kidding. We have we have the second fastest internet in Asia Pacific. We have one of the cheapest internet in the world, along with India and several other countries. And that has been largely due to some of these initiatives that I mentioned, Jendela, this national fiberization program, where the cost of rolling out was borne by the government, and in that way a lot of the mobile network operators cannot charge for a lot of the laying costs. So that has helped. Our regulations also allow us to conduct mandatory standards on access pricing review every 5 years or so. And that has helped over the years to make sure that the internet is far more affordable for more Malaysians.
And what steps are being taken to ensure meaningful connectivity beyond access?
One of the biggest challenges is we don't only want faster, cheaper, more widely available internet, we also want safer internet. So in order to make sure that that connectivity is meaningful, we've also got to make sure that it is safe. So we've worked a lot to increase digital literacy, to increase awareness about certain types of activity that may be detrimental online, things like cyberbullying, things like scams. And we have 10,000 schools throughout Malaysia. Up till today, we have reached maybe about almost 7,000 schools running this program. And it's about raising awareness and digital literacy. And I think the most meaningful type of connectivity is one where ultimately quality of life is positively impacted. In some rural areas where we've been able to bring internet access and run a lot of entrepreneurship programs, many of the predominantly women in these rural far-flung villages have been able to earn a very good living. They sell produce online. And they go on not only e-commerce platforms, but social media, showing off to the world the kind of products that ordinarily would not be able to go further than 5-10 kilometers from where they are. So this is one way that we interpret and execute the idea to make connectivity more meaningful.
Now we're here in Baku in Azerbaijan that last year hosted the COP29. I wanted to ask you, how does sustainability fit into Malaysia's digital strategy?
Of course, for Malaysia, which is one of the big challenges in the telecommunication sector, is on energy. When you have, in Malaysia, we have maybe about 40,000 towers across the whole country. We have 98.4% 4G coverage and 82.4% 5G coverage. So you can imagine the amount of energy that's required to make sure that not only that, but also data centers. We have a lot of data centers coming online in the next few years. So when it comes to sustainability, inadvertently, we have to look at alternative and renewable energy sources, not only solar, but also biomass and hydrogen. So a lot of these sectors are also being quickly cultivated. We have a lot of hydroelectric power. We have stopped using coal-fired power plants, and that thinking, we have what we call a National Energy Transition Roadmap for Malaysia, where we intend to make sure that we control emissions. We already have a CCUS policy, carbon capture and storage policy. So we believe that in terms of telecommunications, it sits within the entire ecosystem, and we're better prepared now to ensure a more sustainable future.
What role does international cooperation play in achieving these goals?
There's a lot that we can learn from each other. I think no one really has all the answers. I think it's as important to learn from successes as it is to learn from failures. Malaysia, for example, there were a lot of questions when we decided to roll out 5G using a single wholesale model, where no country in the world managed to do that. But we succeeded. We went from 26% to 80% in under 10 months. And since then, we have allowed a second network to be rolled out. So not only did we manage a speedy, a very expeditious rollout of 5G, but we were also able to transition. Some people might say this is foolish, but some will then take note that we ensure that those who want to use 5G are not charged extra for the service, largely because the main network was funded by the government. So maybe for some countries, they might see that as a interesting model. So in terms of collaboration, we're not just talking about submarine cables. It's looking at regulatory landscape, looking at a lot of the technical solutions that we've been able to deploy, but also learn from each other. So I think there's a lot that we can do together.
Can I ask you, what message would you like to convey to global stakeholders here at WTDC-25?
Listen to the Global South. I think that's an important message I'd like to share. I think we have to cooperate. We have to learn from each other. We have to live with each other. Malaysia is quite unique because we are a fiercely neutral and independent country. We will be friends with and work with anyone who wants to be friends and work with us, trade with us. So we're able to navigate a lot of the geopolitical considerations that sometimes affects even the telecommunications industry. So I think listen to the Global South, find ways where I think it's very important that we do not shift course from interoperability to a more siloed approach like we saw in the past. So this is, I'd be cautious about that.
Some wise words. Fahmi Fadzil, Minister of Communications, Malaysia, thank you very much for joining us in the studio today, and thanks for being here at WTDC-25.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you've enjoyed this interview, which I'm sure you will have, then do check out our other interviews on our YouTube channel, our podcast, wherever you get your podcasts from. And for further information, visit our website at www.itu.int/WTDC25. Thanks for tuning in.